the crowd. All right, welcome. It is Thursday, the 17th of February, and we are in for a treat because the one and only Sheila, Mama Chief Matchett, is going to do some training on social media. So get your notepads ready, get your Google Docs ready, however you take notes, and yeah, be ready to be amazed at the knowledge she has. So here we go. Sheila, you are on.
Okay. Hold on a minute. Let me copy this real quick for sure.
So while she's doing that, we have had some technical difficulties, and we are plowing through those technical difficulties. Nothing stops us basically from building our business.
It's a real quick paste right here and there. Okay. All right. So social media, we're all terrified of it, almost as bad as the phone. And you don't have to be. Social media is your friend. I do have a page with it, but because it's been hacked, I'm not going to send it out. Once it gets fixed, you'll be able to go in and look at the different things that we have to offer for our social media. Now, social media marketing is something we all need to do, but you don't want to go in there and create a bunch of ads. Your social media should be your way of creating your own online community, okay? And in that community, you are going to be engaging in the people that are like-minded. It's going to be friends, family, schoolmates, people that find you by accident based on your profile. And you want to create and engage in that community. You don't want it to be another ad site. When I say create and engage, you are going to give people a little bit of yourself when you get in there. You're going to tell them your story. You're going to engage with them. You're going to give them ideas. You're going to give them some business techniques because you are an online marketer. You're going to cry with them. You're going to tell them your stories, your passions. You're going to give them, some ideas on your health, relationships, and, things that you're going through and how you're getting through those crises, even family things that you're going through. It's a social platform. Just like if you were sitting across the table talking to somebody, that's how you are going to engage. So what is social media marketing? That's another thing people are not familiar with. So what we want to do on social media is you want to have your clique. We all went through high school and you had a certain clique. Those were people that you kind of hung out with that had the same kind of ideas. You hung out at the same, corner place where you went and played your video games. Yes, I was the nerd, but I was also the athlete. So if I wasn't on a basketball court or a baseball court or somewhere, I was sitting in the library reading a book or on a video game. So those were the people that I hung out with. So that's the things that you want to do. And we all know the big three. When we were growing up, the big three was ABC, CBS, and NBC. So now the big three is Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. All right. Well, guess what? There's more out there than those three guys. However, those are the three most popular. And you want to do the same thing with that social media platform. If you're on Facebook, be on Facebook. I have tons of friends on Facebook, but guess what? Everybody doesn't always respond. So how Facebook works in most social media platforms, if you respond to somebody, whether it's hi, a thumbs up, they are going to be in your news feed. Okay. You respond and engage. That way, when you post something on your own Facebook page, Twitter page, Instagram page, they see it in their news feed when it pops up. However, if you don't engage in anybody, you just see what they read, or they put out and you don't comment on it, eventually they're going to follow. They'll still be in your group, but it won't be a priority when you post something because you're not engaging with them. So you'll fall off of their news feed. So when you go in and you see somebody come up, talk to them. Hey, how are you? Great idea. Happy birthday. That's how you gain your news feed. The other thing you want to do is talk about when you do post, you need to post every day in your social media, be whatever platform it is. You need to be in there every day. You need to be in there multiple times a day if you have that kind of time. I don't have that kind of time. Usually when I'm in there, it's like get in, get out, because I might have just a few minutes, or I'll see something that's really interesting and I'll comment on it. But you can be, this can be a rabbit hole for some people. My website's my rabbit hole. I'll get in there and forget I got to make calls or I had an appointment schedule. So, but your Facebook and your social media platforms can also be a rabbit hole. But so you want to schedule your time that you're going to be on your social media. And you want to make sure that when you're on there, you tell them what happened that day. If you're going to advertise, don't advertise wine at 8 o'clock in the morning. Big no. Okay. Unless you're going to be doing social media, on the opposite side of the world. Well, it's okay. They're probably still clubbing or going out or having their, drink after dinner. But your social media is usually engaged with whatever area you're in. So you don't want to be advertising wine at that early in the morning. You can talk about your coffee that day. You can talk about how you just got up, you're feeling drabby, got this great product, you're going to give it a try. That's how you can start your day off. Or you can talk about, like with me, I got up the other morning to go somewhere. Guess what? Had a flat tire. Had to get my husband up, say, all right, number one, I got to go to the doctor. Number two, you got to come change my tire. Number three, you might have to come get me from a doctor because I got a feeling I'm going to be going somewhere else. He was not happy, but it's okay. Things happen. You can write about that on social media. It relates to people. They say, oh, this person's real. They have a life. They've experienced life. And that's what you want. Those people will follow you. So then throughout the day, if you happen to throw in a little ad in there, they're going to read it because you're not in their face with, you got to buy this. You need to come see this. So engage in life, be silly, be funny, be sad, be sensitive, and just follow other people. The other thing you want to do is you want to build their trust. We all heard BRT. Those of us that are on the calls, do you do BRT? You're going to do BRT on your social media. You're going to build that relationship and trust by being yourself. Don't be fake. Don't build yourself up to be something you're not. Be very genuine. Be who you are. Don't try to be somebody you're not. They'll see it. Because then they're going to say, oh, they're just trying to get me in, so I'll buy from them. Really engage. There's days I don't advertise at all because I just want to talk. And that's what you can do too. You can talk. You want to build that community up so that people will engage with you, that when you do go online, they will talk with you. They will have conversations, and that's what you want, because then other people will jump in on your feed, on your conversations, and that's how you gain your following. That's how you gain your customers, because one person will start something, the next person will make a comment, the next person will make a comment. They'll start sharing your post that you put out there. Hey, look what this guy or this lady sent out. Put your recipes on there. Put your wine pairings on there. Put your weight loss journey on there. In Facebook, you have to be kind of careful with weight loss pictures because they kind of say, you can offend somebody else that's having trouble, but then turn that back around and, use it to your advantage. Yeah, I had trouble losing weight and I tried this and it seems to be working. Follow me on my weight loss journey. And then that's where you are going to go in and tell your story every day. Put in there, I'm going to have this for breakfast. I'm having this. I'm going to take a snap, and literally do a journey, a log on your Facebook, on your Instagram, your Twitter. Like I said, those are the big three right now. And I'm going to show you some other ones. There are strategies to social media marketing. It's not just a willy-nilly kind of thing. You do have a strategy, just like you have a strategy with how you do your blogging, how you work your post, how you do your ads. There is a strategy to social media marketing. Okay, like I said, you don't want to appear spammy. You don't want to appear salesy. You don't want to be the typical car salesman on your social media platform. Okay. You want to make sure that you are engaging them and giving them vital information that they can use in their daily life. Okay. In their everything that they do. Like I said, go out there and tell them if you had a sucky day, but tell them what you're going to do to get over it. You know, I got this great product called a Snap. I'm going to take me one and it's going to calm me right down. And don't make it salesy, make it really be, that's what it's going to do. I'm just going to take it, make it just part of your life. It's not anything you're going to stop outside of, you know, your daily routine and do this one thing. It's part of your daily life. And then tell them how it does. It calms you down. My daughter come in yesterday and she's like, Mom, I need some samples. I need some samples. I'm like, okay, let's get you a sample pack together. Her district manager came in and saw her pop a Snap. She takes him to work every day. Saw her pop a Snap. She's like, what is that? And she told her what it was. And she's like, I need that. I've been taking all this stuff for collagen. She's been buying the expensive collagen. She's like, she comes to work to de-stress. That's how bad it is at her house. She said, I just need something to calm me down. She said, Mama, I had one in my pocketbook and that was all I had. And I gave it to her. so, you know, I was spent last night after we got off the wine and dine putting together a sample pack. So I gave her collagen, I gave her brain, I gave her Zeline. I think I gave her 1 of 5 of every one of the brains I had. Even gave her some plus. So again, what you do every day and just let people see you is your biggest marketing tool. Don't make it a drama or a big scene, because then it feels fake, like you're putting on a show. Don't put on a show, just be yourself. All right. So your number one strategy is, when you are doing, like I said, be yourself. Go out there and earn the trust by putting your stories out there. Don't always be in the market to market. Your biggest market and your biggest place is yourself, and be yourself. That will draw people in there. Show them your insecurities, show them your vulnerabilities. Go out there and post pictures of where your family was on vacation, you know, and talk about the hotel you were in. Talk about the place you went to, your resort. And guess what you can put in there? And there's like, well, how did you get there? Did you have good prices? Oh, I used this great app I had, blah, blah, blah. In your comments, grab a dialogue. You want to have a running dialogue. Let people engage and ask you. Don't come up and say, oh, I need you to do this. Let them ask you. So you kind of want to have that hanging, you know, dangle that carrot, like Tanya says, you want to pop and sizzle, pop and sizzle. Make it sound like it's such a big deal that they want to know what you have. They want to know, well, how did you get that? How did you get such a great rate? Oh, I got this app that I use. And there's like, well, what's the app? Oh, let me show you. And then that's where you send your link to your travel page. And then that's where you can get the information. So you want that dialogue and let them ask you, well, what did you do? How did you get that? You know, what are you using to get those results? And then there's your tools that you use. Okay, you got your strategy is just be yourself, put yourself out there, be vulnerable, show your insecurities, show your fun side, be yourself. Then your marketing tools. What are your marketing tools? Okay, our biggest marketing tool is our website. Plain and simple. That is your biggest marketing tool, because that's where you are going to house everything that you have, all your opportunities, all your marketing plans, all your products that you have. Your stories are going to be on your website. And our sites are called blogging. We call them websites. So your verbiage is one of your biggest marketing tools and assets. So when you're on these social media platforms, don't say visit my website. Say go read my blog, because everybody on social media knows what a blog is. That means you're telling a story. They want to see what your story is. So go in there and say a blog. If you're on a video like YouTube, you can say, go visit my blog. That's a video blog. So if you got a YouTube channel out there and you've done something really cool on it, then go out there on social media and say, hey, I just created this great blog. You need to go see it. So your terminology also will help people understand what you're doing. If you go on social media and say, hey, go see my website, the first thing they're going to say is they're trying to sell me something. But the minute you say, go visit my blog, they're going to say, oh, I want to read her story. I want to read their story. There's a difference in your terminology and how you talk to people on social media. All right. So like I said, you have your three: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Everybody knows that. The first thing you want to do on social media is join a social media platform. Most of us are already on those three. Here's the ones I use. I also use LinkedIn. I use Pinterest, YouTube. You can get a free YouTube channel, okay? I actually got an email from YouTube the other day talking about I'm getting close to that threshold where they can start advertising and I can get revenue from it. I've had my YouTube channel for about 3 years. I've got a lot of followers coming in on there. You can get a free YouTube site, guys, and do stuff on there. Do your wine unboxings, do your Velveeta snaps on there. Talk about stuff. When you're on your vacation, do a video on your YouTube. Post it on your YouTube and talk about it. Gain those followers and use your key phrases when you make your titles for your videos. Same thing with your YouTube, your Facebook page and your information out there. When you do post and you write a story, give your title of your story a searchable key phrase, one of your tools you're using. I also use Parler, MeWe, WebTalk, and Alignable. Those are political sites, but there are also a lot of business people on there. Okay. Tumblr, TUMBLR, that's another social media platform that you can use that's out there. And it's basically like Twitter and all the other one. You have TikTok, which is the new rave. TikTok is only on your phone, but it's fun. You can do a 60-second video up to 3 minutes. You can put in if you're in memes, if you have a meme in the memes program and you have Google Docs downloaded on your phone, you can download any image on there to your TikTok, set it to music, and actually write on your image and send it out. Hashtags work really great on all social media platforms. Using hashtags in your blog is also great ways to get people to see you because everybody searches for hashtags. If you have a hashtag in your blog or in your website on your page, it will come up under a hashtag search. So you want to use those hashtags and create hashtags on social media so that when everybody, like if you go to social media and type in hashtag Shop with Mama Chief, everything I've done on social media that I've tagged that hashtag in, you're going to see it, everything. So you want to create your own hashtag. It can be your website. It could be anything that you create. But when you create it, make sure you tag it, meaning you use it in your website or use it in your social media post so that when somebody keys in that hashtag, your post comes up, no matter where it's at. The other ones I use is Blogger, which is another blog site. It's free. I use Mix. Messenger is a great place to go in and do one-on-one stuff with people. Read It is another one. REDDIT is another one that you can use. And if you're not sure what it is, or what a social media platform is, Google is your best friend. Go to Google and type in social media platforms, and it will pull up tons from all over the world. And you can choose. You can actually go in there and pick. Some of our programs are only marketable in certain countries or in all countries. Go in there and find a blog or media platform for that country and join it. Okay. So that's one of the things. Get Google AdSense. Okay. When you have a Google AdSense account, you then have the opportunity to open up a Google business store. Okay. And on that business store, you can advertise to your heart's content, everything, and it's free. I think Sean, we got him set up on one. You can pay for it so that you become number one on any search for a limited time, or, depending on how much you pay, you might be the 5th or 4th search, but you're guaranteed to be on the first page, first 2 or 3 pages if you pay. If not, if you use the right key phrase and advertise, then that page is there on your Google store. So you can have a Google store once you get Google AdSense. That's just another way to market. Okay. When you create these social platforms, you want to introduce yourself. You want to make sure that your profile is complete. Put as much information about your background as you can without giving too much, because you don't want stalkers. You're always going to get stalkers. Just delete them. Even though I say I'm married, I get invites all the time from weirdos, but it's okay. It's just, you know, it's kind of come down since I put pictures of my husband up there, because he kind of dissuades people. He's got that mean mug look, but he's okay. But yeah, just put on there, because you want to generate like-minded people to come to your site. So if you're into business, put in there that you're a marketer, put in there that you business, put in there, you know, if you got any degree or if you worked in a certain specialty, anything like that, that will draw those types of people in there. Okay. Again, don't always post ads. You should only post about 2 ads a day max. Everything else should literally be social stuff. That's what it is. You're on a social platform, unless you are in these other platforms that allow you to do nothing but business, like LinkedIn. You can go on LinkedIn all day and talk about business. Same thing with Alignable. You can go in there all day and do business. YouTube, you can do anything you want to. Same thing with Pinterest. Pinterest is, you know, where you can just do about anything you want to. But there's certain places that is social. They want to hear about what's going on in your day-to-day life. In these platforms, you also have groups. Facebook has one of the biggest groups that you can go into, and it's based on your interest level. So if you go into Facebook and click on groups, type in your interest. If you love crocheting, type in crocheting. It will show you every group that has crocheting in it. You can join them. They have rules and regulations and guidelines. Read them and make sure you can adhere to them. Okay. Most of them don't want you to advertise in there. Okay. And there's subtle ways to advertise in those places. Like I said, engage in conversation, lead with questions, lead with what you're doing, you know, and then let them ask you, well, what are you doing? Oh, I got this great site you need to go look at. Let me PM you, you know, or you can say, I can give you the site now if you need me to, because if they ask for the site, you can give it on most of them. But if you just go and say, oh, here's my site, go do it, they'll take you down. But if a follower on these social media groups asked for your site or asked for where you get the information, then you can put in your website. And everything should always lead back to your website. Everything on social media should always lead back to your website. Okay. There are certain websites out there in Facebook that cater to entrepreneurs. You want to make sure you are in those. Okay. They're everywhere. Some of them are, it says, advertise here. And that's what they want you to do, is advertise. They want you to see what you got out there that you're marketing. There's people out there, groups out there that just specializes in crypto. There's groups out there that specialize in, you know, technology and nanotechnology. There's groups out there that specialize in wine pairings, wine tasting, wine clubs. You'll be surprised at how many people out there. I'm part of a Southern cooking group, and we swap recipes left and right, you know, all kind of stuff that's out there. And then when I put on there, you know, take pictures of what I cook, and they'll say, oh, where's your recipe? And I do it on purpose. They'll say, oh, that looks good. How do you make it? Oh, let me send it to you. I got it written down. It's, you know, and I send them my website where I've created the recipes. All right. And I got like 5 or 6 recipes on a page. So I send them my website recipes always, but you engage in that conversation. When you see something you like, you engage that conversation. Here's the other thing about social media. The minute they start engaging you in conversation, all of a sudden you pop up on their news feed. So whenever you do post something on your own personal site, it shows up in their news feed, because now they're engaging with you. You've become important in their news feed. Okay. So that's how you get on people's news feeds, is based on how often you engage with them. So you want to make sure that you're engaging with them. The other thing is, like I said, read their guidelines and make sure that you can adhere to them, because you don't want to get kicked off of a social media platform, because it kind of spreads. that you're a problem person, you don't want to do that. So just adhere to their guidelines. The other thing, images. Okay, there is a hierarchy when you do social marketing tools. Videos always get first spots. So if you got a video of anything that goes along with your post, you will be first in a news feed. Always, you will be in that first string. Pictures are next with sounds or music attached to them, or just a plain picture. If you have no imagery at all, you are always in the bottom group to get on a news feed. All right, that's just the way the hierarchy goes. Videos first, images second, nothing, you may or may not show up in a news feed at all, unless you have a really large group of people that you've been engaging in, and it'll show up. But just on the general news feed, that's the hierarchy of it. Okay. The other thing is, I'm sure all of us has a phone. I don't know if you can see my phone, but we all have a phone. So the one thing you want to do about your phone is make sure you have all those apps on your phone. Okay. I use mine all the time because I'm always a passenger unless I'm driving. I have apps on my phone. I also have my Google Drive on my phone. Guess what's on your Google Drive? Your Google Drive should have a folder with your ads in it that you've created, and it should have a folder where you've transferred your memes or any images that you've used for your advertising. So that way you can download them to your phone on your photos and use them in any of your platforms that you have. Okay, so you want to make sure that you have, like I got my Canva on there, so I can download it straight from Canva right into my TikTok, right into my Instagram, any social media platform I have. I can go in and pull up my Google Drive, pull up my ad templates. I can copy an ad and post it to any platform that I have and add an image to it all at one time. Your phone is just like your computer. You can open multiple windows in it, copy, paste, same thing with your platform. Most of these apps are only good on a phone, but a lot of them are good on your computer. But like TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, you can do Facebook on your computer or on your phone. Instagram is phone based only. Pinterest is great with phones. You can even do YouTube videos straight from your phone and it posts on your YouTube. So these are the things you want to make sure that you have access to on your phone, because not all of us walk around with our computer on our hip, but we all got our phone on our hip. So when you're standing in line at the grocery store or at Walmart standing in line and it's all the way back in the clothing department and you got like 2 registers going on, and you're waiting in line, guess what I'm doing? I'm posting ads all the time. So, and same thing, stop at a stop, sitting in the car line, waiting for the kids to get, for school. I'm posting ads. I got my phone up going. At the airport, posting ads. I don't pull out my laptop because I don't know when they're going to be calling. So you want to make sure you got those apps on your phone and utilize them on your phone all the time. The other thing you want to do is have fun when you're on these platforms. Don't be, like I said, don't just be a posting guru where you're always just posting ads. This is not the place to just post ads. Social media is for social media. That's the whole line. And remember, you want to create your own social media community where people come to you first. They want to see what you're doing all day long. They want to see what you're posting. They want to see what you're talking about. They want to see what your new recipe is. And especially if you are creating a journal, a daily journal, they want to see what you're doing. They want to see those results. They want to follow you in your journey, and get them engaged with you, and do some PMs, do some wacky videos, show pictures of what's going on in your life, show your product every once in a while. Say, yeah, I got to take my snap again today, and blah, and then go about what your day is. Don't make it such a big deal to where it looks like a staged ad. It should be part of your day. So when you get on your video and you're starting to talk about your day to life, just pull up your snap. Oh yeah, wait a minute, time out, take your snap, keep going. Okay. Don't make it a big deal, but make it to where it's like, oh, what did she just do? And then they're going to say, what was that you just popped in your mouth? Or what did you pop in your, oh, that was my snap. You know, make it not a big deal. Then they're going to be, well, what's the big deal about it? If you make a big deal out of it, they don't want anything to do about it. But if you make it like it's just a side note, they want to know what's going on. Generate that curiosity. Like, you know, snap and sizzle. That's it. Show, keep going. What was that? Like my daughter says, she's been taking snaps for long. It's just part of her routine. You know, she takes a break, she gets a snap, pops it out, does her lunch, come back. And her district managers have, what is that you just popped in your mouth? And that's the way it is. You know, got my watch and there's like, what's your blood pressure? Hold up. How did you do that? He loved it, you know. Oh, let me show you this. So I might be getting a couple sales from him. He's going to be recommending it to his patients and stuff. So it's just one of those things, guys. And by you being able to open that door to those social media platforms, that's your biggest opportunity to market to people because they get to know you. So when they do come to your website, they can say, oh yeah, I remember her talking about that. Oh, I remember that's the product she was talking about. That's what, there's the recipe she did. Oh, what else is this over here? She's got some more stuff. Get them in the door to your website through your social media by engaging them and earning their trust and developing your own online social media. And then the door is open to you to do about anything you want to do. And like I said, just be engaging every day, somewhere every day. If you want to do multiple platforms, that's fine. Just don't spread yourself too thin. Find one or two that you are comfortable with and learn them and make them your best friend. And then develop that rapport. Once you get that rapport with your community, then maybe you can branch out to another one. You don't have to do, I've been here 4 years. So I've developed all of these different platforms. I didn't go in all at one time and say, okay, I'm going to join 10 different groups and I'm going to, no, you'll be too overwhelmed. Find 2 or 3 that you really feel comfortable with. And those are the ones you master. You build up your following there. Once you're comfortable on social media, then branch out to other platforms and other venues that you can go and basically do the same thing. But first and foremost, you have to make sure that you are real. Don't ever go on these social platforms and try to be fake or be something that you're not. Be very genuine. Like I said, cry with them, talk with them, engage in people that are sending you messages. You don't have to friend everybody that sends you a friend request. You can always go look at their profile and say, I don't know that person, or they kind of look sketchy. You know, that's really up to you. If you do, you know, have these people come into your community and they, you know, just are really a butt, so to speak, kick them out, you know, defriend them and report them to social media. They will block them. But, you know, your business is to be social. You want people to know where you are and what you are marketing, but you don't want to be that car salesman. You don't want to be that person to where everybody's like, oh, don't join her Facebook group, you know, or don't go see, you're not going to get nothing. You don't want to be that person. You want to be the person that says, I can relate to her. I can relate to him. They went through this and this got them through it. You know, you want to create that story and that pattern where they want to come and see what you're reading every day or what you're doing every day. And be, like I said, just be yourself, because we all have our ups and downs. We have our fun days. We have our bad days. You know, we have those days where you just don't want to get out of your PJs. Like I said, there's been plenty of times I've done a YouTube and I'll tell them, yep, I look good from my head to my waist. After that, anything goes, you know, because you still got your, you know, your PJs on and your bedroom slippers. So again, just be very genuine when you do your social media. Find a couple platforms, make sure you got your images, and use your phone as well as your computer, and just be yourself. That's all I got.
Wow. I took so many notes. Now I just have to remember to go back and actually apply them. So thank you, Miss Sheila Matchett.
You're welcome.
As always, awesome. And as always, hands go up. All right, so cool. Okay, so I'm gonna do 10 minutes of, I know we have 20 minutes, but I'm only doing 10 because I had a really long week and I just got home about 2 hours ago. And yeah, so June, you are up.
I'm on. She was talking about tagging our website. How do you do that?
You do the hashtag. So above the number 3, you have the hashtag.
What number?
So whenever you do a social media post, you always want to end it with a hashtag. Create a hashtag. And especially if you're doing an advertising, you do a hashtag at the end of it. And then what you can do is go to that page that you're advertising. Say if you're doing your wine page, all right? So you want to go in at the very bottom of your wine page and put hashtag wine club or something like that, anywhere on your page. I usually do it at the bottom. And then when you go to your social media, you're going to type in hashtag wine club, hashtag red wine, hashtag Merlot. And then anybody that's searching for Merlot and they use hashtag Merlot, or they're searching for hashtag wine club, your post shows up in that newsfeed. Or even if they go on Google and type in hashtag Merlot or hashtag wine of the month, like with mine, they type in hashtag shot with Mama Chief. Every post I've put on social media or everywhere I've used that shot with Mama Chief shows up.
Wow.
I was checking, I did something on TikTok, and I use TikTok all the time. When you use TikTok, hashtags are the best way. You don't need a long description. You put in, hey, I cooked this today, and then you put hashtag chicken noodle soup, hashtag broth, hashtag wine pairings, all of that. And then everybody that's looking for that on TikTok, your feed comes up. I posted one last night of my meatballs. I looked at it this morning. I got 987 views.
Woo!
So
but
that's all you do. And it's just all, they look for hashtags, and you want to make sure it's
other people can
related to
have the
what you're
same
doing.
hashtag.
Yeah, so you just above the number 3, you hit shift number 3, and it's the hashtag, and you put it all together. There's no spacing. So you can create your own hashtag, but you want to make sure that whatever you create, that's the one you use every time you are posting,
that page.
an ad. Yeah, so with me, it's my website, Shot with Mama Chief. So everywhere I go and I'm posting something, I always have hashtag Shot with Mama Chief. So when they put that in there, then they're going to see anything I've ever posted anywhere that has that hashtag on it.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Thanks, June. All right, Linda, you are up.
Hey, okay. Sheila, you, I guess you won a trip to Napa.
Yes, ma'am.
And you do not drink.
I do not.
I do not either, and most of my friends do not. So, how would you just like go about like doing that socially?
I have very good friends that love to consume.
So did I at one time, but not anymore.
And a lot of my pages are technical when it comes to wine. I talk about how it's made. I talk about the history of wine. I don't talk about how it tastes because I don't know what it tastes like. And then too, a lot of people think that, like we always say, that all wines taste the same. It's how your palate's developed. So even if they ask me how it tastes, I always tell them, well, I can't tell you how it tastes to me because it's going to taste different to you. Your palate's not mine. So you can use it from that standpoint of view of, I can't tell you how it tastes because it'll taste different to you than it does to me.
Okay.
And you're not really being fake. You're being honest. Always be honest. I tell them I don't drink. Everybody knows me knows I don't drink, but ask me how it's made, why it's made that way, why you shouldn't be having the same taste year after year. I can tell them that because that's what I know. I'm a researcher by trade. So I can research and tell them everything. So you don't have to drink or you don't have to use all the products. It helps if you do. But if you just have a reason to why, like with me, it's just not something I want to do. It's, it's just, but I did say when I make it to Hawaii, Me and Char's gonna sit down and she's gonna pop a bottle with me.
Well,
Just so I can say I tasted it and see what it's like. But yeah, you can write about it from any aspect. You can, like I said, you don't have to write a page about how wine tastes if you never tasted it, but you can use other people's experience. You can use wine in general throughout history. You can even use the Bible for wine, because in the Bible, it talks about how wine is used for health purposes, how wine's used to help for socialization, how wine is a status symbol for people. So, and everybody loves the Bible, you know, it's the word, you know, so you can actually pull scripture on how wine, truly fine wine made right, is actually a health benefit.
okay.
That is a really funny story. I have a quick story to tell about that. I was on a phone with Rory and one of my students, and the student was adamant that he was not going to promote wine. And Rory pulled out the Bible and he was like, did you know that in the Bible, it is mentioned, wine is mentioned over 380 times in the Bible?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Like, all right, good,
Yep.
good info.
Okay, well,
And if you want to, you can, I always bring the story up of the wedding that Jesus attended. They thought they brought the best wines out. They ran out. He went and got water, turned it to wine, and everybody was like, oh, you're starting a new trend. You bring the best out at the last, you know, so, and he was there in attendance.
right.
I mean,
Okay. And just one more quick question on the hashtag. How do you know if it's been made before? Will it, I mean, I
you
don't
want to
know.
use one that's been made before because it's already gained traffic.
Okay.
So if you have one that's used, that's why I said you can use hashtag Merlot, hashtag wine club, whatever's attached to you, you will become part of that search.
Okay, great. All right.
Just
Thank
like with key phrases, you know, you want to use a key phrase that's been used because then you're part of the search when that key phrase comes up. Same with thing with hashtags. You want to be related to that search.
Well, I go to your site quite a bit for reference.
Anytime. It's down right now, so, but you know, like with all of us, but it's there. She's fixed it. Char says she fixed it. So cool. So I want to put the page in there, but it's yeah, use all of us, all of our MSIs here. We all say use it, just like Rory says, use it, because I think different than some people, but what I have on there might give you an idea on how you can take something in a different direction. So yeah.
All right, great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Linda. All right, Gail, you are up, and is it Celestine? You will be the last question. All right, go
Yeah,
ahead,
Sheila,
Gail.
Sheila, you made reference to following everybody's rules so you don't get kicked off. Do you find all their rules and their terms and conditions? Is that where they're located?
Yeah, when you go to register or sign up, they all have a community where it says read our rules and guidelines before they will allow you. Just like with our wine ambassadors, some of them will have questions that you have to answer before they will accept you. So you want to make sure you answer those questions. Not all of them have the same guidelines. Like there's one I have where I'm in this women's entrepreneur group, and they tell you don't advertise at all. They will kick you out. You go in there, you can put in like a picture, say, hey, I'm getting ready to do some advertising. Here's a picture I want to use, or 4 or 5 pictures. Which one's the best? You can put stuff on there like that. But if you have a picture that has a link on it or anything for a product, they kick it off. They won't, the admin won't even let it be seen.
If you've
So-
already registered, is
Yep.
there, can you still locate that area of rules and?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
So if you go to the home section, because all of them have like home discussions, things like that, just go to the home section. It'll have all the rules and guidelines there.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome.
All right, Celestine, you are up.
What is a hashtag?
That's it looks like a tic-tac-toe box.
It's the number sign.
It's the number sign. So if you're on your computer, look above the number 3.
It's like that.
You just hit
Oh, okay.
the shift
Yeah,
hashtag or the pound sign or the number sign. Yeah.
Okay, so you use that and that's how you make a hashtag?
Yes, ma'am. You use that and then whatever word you want to put with it, whether
And
it
you
be
do
your
not-
website or anything like that.
And you do not put a space between the hashtag and the word.
It's
And you
consecutive,
want-
no space.
Yeah, you want the word. So if you're writing like drink with me, hashtag drink with me, that would be all one word. No spaces.
No spaces.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And key phrase, because I was looking at my Google business page a few minutes ago because I was going to post something out there. And I noticed anything that I've used a title with a key phrase in has gotten more hits than just posting an ad or a picture. So
Can you use more? Can you associate yourself with more than one hashtag?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Now, when you are TikTok, you have a stroke limit of 150 characters. Instagram does too. So you want to make sure you stay within that stroke limit because it'll cut you off. And then the next thing you know, you got a hashtag out there you didn't mean to put out there. So Twitter also has a keystroke limit. Facebook does not, but Facebook also will cut you off if you use too many hashtags. So I don't use more than five or six. That's about all you need.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I will say this also, my wife has helped me a little bit with some of my Instagram stuff because again, like I said, I'm not very good at it. But she has taught me to like actually go and find influencers, and you can hashtag influencers also.
Mm-hmm.
So just something to play around with. You can look up other people and if you find somebody that's got 1 million followers,
yep,
hashtag them. So
the other thing is go and search banned hashtags because there are banned hashtags like St. Valentine's Day is a banned hashtag because it's related to the St. Valentine's Day massacre. So if you use that in your post, they will not post your post. They'll take it down. So do a search on banned hashtags. It changes every year. They add some, take some out. So you don't want to use those banned hashtags because your post will not get seen.
all right. Well, that was our Thursday training. It was a great training. I'm sorry I didn't give it to you, but I'm actually glad Sheila gave it instead of me because that was amazing. So
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you for showing up. Everybody have a wonderful Thursday night. I am going to Canada tomorrow. The wife and I are going to Canada. So wish us luck. Hopefully we don't get stuck across the border. And if we do, maybe we'll have a good time. Who knows? All right.
I put my link for that page if they want to see some of the social media. Because I know I talk really fast about the different platforms. They can go in there and grab some of those platforms out.
Yeah, there it is. All right. It's got to be something on my. Okay, I'm stopping the recording. That was wonderful. All right.